LAFC are the 32nd club that joins up with the FIFA Club World Cup after playing through a FIFA qualifier. What are we going to expect from the MLS outfit? We're going to take a look at that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another preview, taking a look at the latest and final name of the 32 clubs joining the FIFA Club World Cup, and that is LAFC. But who the bloody hell are they? Well, we're going to take a little look at it, all of it in just a second. If you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe. Anyone subscribe for Blackburn Rovers, Club World Cup, World Football, we're all here under one rooski. That's right, LAFC are here, and they're loaded with some stars from the past and also some current talent that could, of course, cause some problems in this FIFA Club World Cup. But just, of course, what are we going to get out of them this coming summer? We'll take a look at all that, of course, and more in a second. If you're new, smash your subscribe. And a big shout out to the members and the Patreons. You know who you are. So just like the 31 times that we've done this prior, we're going to take a little look at them, shall we, as we now can reveal. LAFC joining the band of merry men in this summer spectacular. But who the hell are they? Well, they, of course, are coming at you from the MLS, representing by the CONCACAF Federation, and they won that playoff match, or play-in match, should we say, against America out of Mexico. That, of course, was secured on the 31st of May. This is their first appearance in a tournament such as this. And, of course, one of the, was it three MLS clubs? I know there's Inter Miami, there's Seattle Sounders in there. Correct me if I'm missing any more. But let's take a look at the key personnel. Now, these are the goalkeepers. They do have a couple of quality ones there. One from from Canada, Mexico, and La France, with Hugo Luis, the number 1 jersey right here, right now. He is, of course, between the sticks. Then in the defensive ranks, got the likes of Marlon in the back there, Ryan Holzhead there from the USA, Aaron Long, a veteran there, Artemav Shmolakiov from Ukraine, amongst others. Into midfield, you've got the likes of Igor Jesus, you've got Yaya Boa in there, of course, Jude Terry from America himself, Timothy Tillman as well, amongst some other creative forces. Up top, though, some surprise names with Oliver Giroud still kicking and bowling in the back of the net, Cengiz Under coming at you out of Turkey, Dennis Bouanga out of Gabon, as well as, of course, David Morales out of Venezuela. Wow. But, kicking on forward, so look at the star men then. Actually, the main man has actually been Dennis Bouanga, with a 7.37 thus far, courtesy of SofaScore, with Ryan Hollingshead in second place with 7.26. Marky Delgado takes up their bronze medal spot now. And, of course, those are the key players. We already saw the roster itself. But what is the typical starting 11 for LAFC? What can we expect? Well, this is a match played pretty recently. Of course, they did have Luis at the back in the goalkeepers ranks there, still 38 years of age. They had a back four of Segura, Long, Smolyankov, and Palencia to make up a continental back four. Into midfield, they had likes of Igor Jesus, Mark Delgado, and Frankie Almeida in a 3-man midfield. And up top, they got likes of Dennis Bouanga, Nathan Ordaz, and Jeremy Obianse. No Giroud in this lineup, with a valuation of around about 27 million euros. Not too shabby. These are the accolades thus far for LAFC. They're looking to add some silverware with that in the shape of the Club World Cup. Well, of course, they add it to their MLS Cup wins or the US Open Cup wins. They have actually been quite successful in recent times, and they are still a new club, so we'll see just how well they get on. Steven Chirondo is your main man there in the dugout, calling the shots with a 1.55 points per match ratio. And like I said, Dennis Bouanga, key man, 30 years of age, representing Gabon, coming at you on the left-hand side with his right foot, inverted winger, whatever you want to call him. But anyway, it's exciting. They're in amongst it. And of course, this is some key numbers then, shall we? We've got a valuation of the whole squad, 54 million euros, with the average player around about 1.87 million euros. The average age is just shy of 27. You've got 4 national team players, 4 youth national team players, and 18 foreigners on the books at the moment. This is the resume then for LAFC, taking over from the place of Leon, who were from Mexico, of course, were not included in the end. They're kicking off their campaign against Chelsea on June the 16th, of course. Then they'll take on Espirito Toulouse on the 20th of June. That's the must-not-lose game. And then if they can get anything against Flamengo on June 24th, they could actually not only participate in this Club World Cup, but also make it through to the knockout stages. Oh, wow. But it's going to be a tough old slog. Chelsea do look favourites, and then there's a coin flip between the rest of the pack there to see who will join Chelsea in the knockout stages. Now, this is the gear that they wear currently. Of course, all black, pretty well black and gold kind of number for the home kit. The away kit's white and gold. Of course, currently sponsored by Adidas, or manufactured by Adidas. Let's take a look then at my gut instinct for these guys. Of course, fresh off the press here, they come through the playoff game, which I think was worth around about 10 million. So just getting 10 million to qualify, well, that's pretty good, isn't it? And then, of course, now they've got this a difficult group to navigate to get themselves into the latter stages. It's going to be tough. It's not out of the question. So the actual odds to get out of the group is 11-8. That's, of course, first or second. Top 2 go through. And then you're into the last 16, which, of course, is a bit of a lottery because you don't know who you're going to get. And then, of course, penalties are a factor, etc., etc. To win the whole thing is 80-1, so the kind of lower echelons, maybe in the bottom third of the 32 clubs to win it. So not necessarily favourites on this one. And my gut instinct here for LAFC is that they'll crash out, unfortunately, at the group stages. But for me, I'm happy that they're here. I just wish, they knew a little bit. I knew a little bit more about them, and hopefully I can find out a little bit more about them when the games come around. Of course, taking on Chelsea will be good. Opening game. If they get something out of that, who knows? Of course, let me know your thoughts and opinions about the Club World Cup. We're going to have non-stop coverage from the first kicked ball all the way through to the final. We'll have watch-alongs, previews, predictions, all that kind of jazz. And even the cat is rumoured to be out there making a prediction. So make sure you check that out. Until then, subscribe, smash the like. Catch you later. We're done.